I have never completed all 100% of a LEGO game before, but I wanted to change that, and I figured the best place to start would be the first LEGO Batman game. That means finishing every level, unlocking all minikits and red bricks, saving every hostage, and finally achieving super status on every single level. Without further ado, let's get into it. We start off our journey with Batman and Robin headed to the Gotham Bank to stop the Riddler and Clayface from robbing the bank. Batman and his useless sidekick suit up to take them on. The first thing I do is grab the demolition suit. This is used to be able to blow up silver objects around the levels. I find this truck and then blow it up, then we move on to the next part of the level. Once here, we find and pick up Robin's techno suit. This suit allows us to control many robots or cars. In this case, we control a mini car and push in a lever that eventually opens the door for us. We finally come face to face with Clayface, who kills his own guy. Eventually, we're able to take down Clayface by spraying gas straight into his face and pushing him in. Batman trips like a retard, and the Riddler eventually gets away. Our next mission is to go after Mr. Freeze and explore his weird snowman building. The first thing I do is unlock Robin's magnetic suit. This allows Robin to climb up magnetic walls. We eventually enter the main building and unlock Batman's glide suit. This suit allows him to glide across far surfaces. We beat up some enemies and froze some of this ice cream stuff so that we could walk over it. We find ourselves getting trapped in Mr. Freeze's lair because of the Riddler and come face to face with Mr. Freeze. We punch him a few times while Robin dies and end up defeating him. While Mr. Freeze falls to our feet, the Riddler is able to get a speedy escape with Two-Face and drive away. Meanwhile, Commissioner Gordon attempts to stop the Riddler but fails miserably, so Batman and Robin hurry to the scene. The good part about this level is that you can just hold down the shoot button and collect every stud. We have to take Riddler's vans and put them under the bat signals, so the police can take them away during this level. I was able to get minikits without trying that hard. I then sent it across this ramp and captured another Riddler van after this. I collected a few more minikits along the way and finally captured the last two vans. After this, we met up with Two-Face and somehow found the red brick and an extra minikit. We also easily got superhero status. We ended up defeating Two-Face by dropping bombs straight on his van, but somehow the Riddler survived and got saved by Poison Ivy. Batman and Robin pulled up to Poison Ivy's crib and I got an easy minikit right off the bat. Then I ran over this silver fountain and built Batman's Sonic suit. This suit allows Batman to break glass Lego bricks. We beat up a few green dudes and unlocked Robin's Attract suit. This suit allows Robin to pick up certain Lego pieces around the level. We built a bomb to take out this giant plant thing, but Robin dies in a dumb way as usual. On the next part of the level, we find Batman's heat projection suit. This suit allows him to touch hot Lego pieces. We go to the next part of the level and push a lever to open a door to Poison Ivy. We finally find her and punch her 1,000 times in a row and defeat her. Robin is a simp, so he easily falls in love with Poison Ivy due to her gas, but Batman easily takes her out with his Batarang unaffected. While this is going on, the Riddler easily escapes with Two-Face and drives away. Batman and Robin show up to the final battle versus the Riddler and Two-Face. We beat up a few goons and Batman uses his glide suit to get past the broken bridge. Batman and Robin made their way up the building and head inside from a vent. As soon as they arrive, they meet up with Two-Face. They beat him up and he runs away. Batman glides over a few tiles and beats up the last of the goons. They go through a weird tunnel and find a whole bunch of lasers, but easily get past them, and move on to the final part of the level, meeting up with Two-Face and the Riddler. We beat up Two-Face and he runs away. We then build something to deflect the Riddler's lasers. Then Robin does something I've never seen before.
Watch out!
We end up defeating them and are ready for the next set of levels. In this game, there are 3 episodes for the hero and villain missions. In episode 2, our main villain of the chapter is the Penguin, similar to how the Riddler was the main villain of the first episode. Our first objective of the episode is to take down Catwoman. We start by beating up a few goons, walking across a tightrope, gliding across buildings, picking up a minikit, and finally saving a civilian. We eventually meet up with Catwoman, punch her a few times, and take her down. She tries to raise up Batman, but we capture her anyway. Our next mission was a water mission where we were trying to capture Killer Croc and the Penguin. I started off the level by getting a minikit. Vehicle missions have made it very easy to get loads of minikits, and it shows after I got one over and over again. We finally caught up with the Penguin and had to fight his submarine. We had to sling multiple bombs at it to take it down, and we eventually blew it up. Since Robin has the survival instincts of a fart, he gets his head torn completely off, and the penguin eventually escapes. We start off our next mission after following them into the sewers and beat up a few gooners. Then we find Robin's water suit, which helps him dive into the water and be able to walk at the bottom. We beat up a few more goons and head down to the second layer of the sewer. We traverse through the level and get an easy superhero status due to this crocodile that spit out money for us every time we jumped on it. We finally found Killer Croc himself and punched him a million times while also trying to dodge stuff that he threw at us. We eventually took him down and locked him up. After that, we found ourselves at the local zoo, and Robin rode a penguin to get studs. We drove a tractor thing to get into the main part of the zoo and found some goons to beat up. I then controlled a robot turtle and saved a civilian. Batman used his sonic suit to get us to the next part of the level. We fought a few more bad guys and picked up a minikit. Then jumped into this random big boat. Here we found the Man-Bat, and just like most boss fights, we punched him a few times and eventually beat him. Our next and final mission of the episode has us trying to get into the penguin's lair. This mission is surprisingly very short, so we do some basic stuff and head into the main boss fight, where Catwoman and the penguin are waiting. We zap the penguin and then deflect the tiny penguins into his weird laser machines. We finish him off with a punch and throw a batarang at Catwoman, and that ends episode 2 of the hero missions. At the start of episode 3, we find out the main villain is Joker, and we start out the first level at this factory with a bunch of goo all over it. We start by sucking some of it up and then move on to the next part of the level. We jump over some acid and glide over some more. Then we beat up some goons and eventually find the Mad Hatter. Now I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of this dude before, but we moved on anyway. We found a minikit and then dropped him in some goo, finally defeating him. Unfortunately, in the distance, we see the Joker fly away. Our next mission shows Harley Quinn holding Commissioner Gordon captive, so we start off by beating a few clowns, and then some more. After that, we saved a civilian. We push a lever to open the door to the boss fight, where Harley Quinn awaited us. Now, Harley Quinn's boss fight is very annoying, because she just likes to do backflips, again, and again, and again. After all that, Robin beat her up, and we were able to save Commissioner Gordon. Unfortunately, the Joker got away again. Next up, we have to take down the Scarecrow in a flying mission. We started off the mission by getting some bombs and blowing up Scarecrow's face. Similar to the vehicle missions, it is very easy to get minikits while flying, and we picked up many here. We find ourselves fighting the Scarecrow and shooting a few bombs at him until him and the Joker collide. They somehow survive, and we move on to the next level. Now we have to take down the Killer Moth, who nobody really knows, but we have to take him down nonetheless. We start off by building a cute red car and then blowing it up. We walk a tightrope, push a lever in a wall and pull it, make a dancing robot, and fight a few goons. We finally find the Killer Moth. I don't really know what he's doing. He must have gotten hit with a boogie bomb or something. I don't know. Then we punch him as usual and attract him towards a light because, you know, he's a moth. Then we scare him with some holy crap. Then we scare him with some moth repellent and look outside and see Harley Quinn and the Joker at a nearby cathedral. We head over and see the Joker run up the stairs. We have to blast Harley Quinn with some water and fly up to the window entrance. We easily maneuver through the cathedral and pull a few levers to find Harley Quinn and the Joker hiding in giant bells. We bang Joker and then we bang Harley Quinn. We electrocute the Joker's helicopter with some water turrets and beat up the Joker to finally take him down. This marks the end of every hero mission in the game, which gets us one step closer to 100%ing the game. Now, if you didn't know, there's a whole nother side of the game where you play from the villain's perspective. I think it's a pretty lazy way to add more levels to the game, but we have to get them done anyways. We're going to move along a little faster through these levels since we know what happens in the main story. We start with Clayface and the Riddler trying to break into the bank. Something that is unique about the villains is they each have their own power, such as Clayface having superhuman strength and the Riddler being able to mind control. As we went through the level, we beat up many waves of cops, and I was jumping on this thing, not realizing that I needed a bomb for it, so we built the bomb and successfully broke into the bank. Next, we have Mr. Freeze breaking into his lair. His power is obviously where he can freeze people. We went onto the level and froze some steps to jump over, and the Riddler did a puzzle to unlock a button that revealed Mr. Freeze's ice ray gun thing, and that was the end of that level. Poison Ivy and the Riddler are sneaking into Poison Ivy's base, and we did a whole bunch of things in this level, such as drive a flower car, make flowers, push statues, ride giant plants, and drive a swan. Finally, we grew all the flowers Poison Ivy needed, and she took a big power nap. The final two missions of the episode involve Two-Face and the Riddler, and in the first one, they are attempting to get a huge ray gun. We start off by shooting some cops and getting absolutely obliterated after failing a puzzle. The next part of the level gets filled up by acid and we have to jump over it. Finally, we use various robots to unlock the gun. The last Riddler mission has us attempting to break into the Gotham Gold Reserve. The Riddler uses a helicopter to break into the front door and we hypnotize someone else to get through the first part of the level. We break some lasers and beat up some cops, then we build a giant robot to break open the vault, and successfully find the gold, finally beating the Riddler missions. We have the Penguin missions up next, and we start off with Bane and the Penguin attempting to build a satellite for whatever reason. So we start off by beating up some cops and opening a cool door. Then we beat up some sailor dudes and find a secret entrance. We finish off the level, getting the pieces we need for the satellite, and finally build it. Bane unfortunately gets captured in the meantime, but nobody really cares. We have the Penguin and Catwoman next, who are trying to steal a jewel from the museum. Something I really like about Catwoman is her double jump. It makes it really easy to get around. We open a door, beat up some cops, and blow up a helicopter before falling into the main museum. Then we ride a dinosaur skeleton, cause why not? And we blew up the case holding the jewel. Then the Penguin evades the cops by somehow flying. Our next mission has the Killer Croc and the Penguin in a water level, so it is pretty boring. But we break some things and push some buttons and get an easy minikit. And then we have to fight this giant police boat. After we're done with that, our next objective is going to be saving Catwoman from prison. And that is exactly what we do, as we call her and we have to traverse through the sewer, opening lots of doors on the way, and we even get to ride a giant crocodile. We beat up some cops and successfully save Catwoman, leaving Killer Croc behind to deal with the police. This is the final Penguin mission, and it has him and Catwoman breaking into their cave thingy. We start off by killing some cops and rolling a ball to get parts for some sort of snowmobile thing, to break multiple barriers of ice. This lets us into the building, and we open up the door to the cave. We have to slide all the way down there, and once we get there, we power up the machine with multiple lasers, and the Penguin's plan is successful. We start the Joker missions with him and Harley Quinn, attempting to capture Commissioner Gordon. We beat up some cops and grab a quick minikit. Then we blow up the police van and punch Gordon until we capture him and successfully cage him up. Next we have a plane mission with the Scarecrow, and it was pretty boring as most vehicle missions are, so we break open a gate and take down the police helicopter, and then I guess the Scarecrow just wanted to kill this guy for no reason, I don't really know. They both get blown up and infiltrate the nearby museum. We build a bridge and open a gate, and no matter how hard I tried, it took me forever to get this one jump. I don't even know if this is the way you're supposed to do it, but I eventually got it by luck. Then we open a giant door and the Scarecrow gets captured by the police. We have Joker recruiting the Killer Moth next. We drive a cop car, ride in an elevator, fly a helicopter, ride in whatever the actual this thing is, and then we save Harley Quinn from the police. We find the cathedral for the final mission and make our way up the building, fighting some cops, and on the way up, opening the door to the roof. And then we build some electric pole things, and the Joker's plans are successful. Because surely Batman can't stop him, right? It was now time for the free play missions, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this whole time I did not know you could get score multipliers. So I looked at some videos real quick and realized the villain missions had the best red bricks for multipliers. So I went ahead and started with those. I'm not gonna bore you with the missions, but I ended up getting the score times 2 multiplier and buying it at the store. I figured I'd get the score times 4 since it was the next level, and I got it fairly easy. Then on the level after that, there was a fun race on the Poison Ivy level to get a minikit. It was a fun way to get the boring collectibles out of the way. Then we got the score times 6 red brick by baking a cake. But the thing is, I couldn't afford all these multipliers just yet. But once I got the score times 4 multiplier, the rest would be easy to unlock. We went through the last of the Two-Face levels to get those multiplier red bricks, and the first one was pretty hard to get because you have to memorize these tiles to unlock it, and it took me several attempts. Then we got the final multiplier red brick and finished everything on the Two-Face levels. We now just had to save up money for every multiplier, but for now, we bought the score times 4 multiplier. For the most part after this, we're just going to go through every level and get the remainder of the mini kit and red bricks, since none of them are crazy important. In the meantime, we unlocked score times 8 and then eventually score times 10, which gave us a massive multiplier of 3,840. The mini kit on the final Penguin mission is probably the hardest to get in the game, because you have to slide down without missing a single barrier to spawn in the mini kit. And if you do miss, you have to restart the whole level, and it really sucks. Because this is towards the end of the level. It took me several attempts, but I eventually got it, even though I almost gave up. We grabbed more minikits, drove some remote-controlled cars, threw some bombs, beat up the cops as Batman, get a few red bricks, and clean the cathedral floors. After all that, we finished everything for the villains. We got every minikit, supervillain status, and red brick. We bought the rest of the extras and were ready for the hero free play missions. This is going to be very similar to how we did the villain free play missions, but I won't lie, these felt a lot more fun since I hadn't played them in a while. We start off by getting a minikit, and then the penguin flies up for another. Then we save a civilian, and the Batman rides a helicopter for yet another minikit. This next part frustrated me a lot, because you had to try and throw this bomb into this silver pipe, and the physics made it very weird, so it took me like a million tries. I eventually got it, just to realize that I had already gotten it in story mode. We built a red brick, said hi to the lions, got a minikit, and also, can someone explain to me how Mr. Freeze can walk on acid? Like, it makes no sense to me. I also got stuck on this part, not knowing what to do, but I eventually figured it out. I had to run on this treadmill to power it up, and then I got the red brick. Then we got another minikit, sucked up some goo, played a claw machine, and got a lot of studs. There was this weird glitch where I just couldn't jump. There was like an invisible object above my head or something, and I was getting a little frustrated. Then some dude played a piano to get us a red brick. Throughout this recording, I was getting very tired, and very tired of the game too. So here's a yawn compilation for no reason. Enjoy. Anyways, after this we were 97.5% done with the game. Now you may be thinking, we're done with every level, we should be done now, right? But after you unlock every minikit and red brick, 2 new mini levels unlock in the respective areas. So first we had the extra villain mission, which was Arkham Asylum. In this you basically have to destroy everything and collect every stud, until you get to 1 million. So we walked around and did that as usual, and eventually got to 1 million. After this, we had the last mission, which was Wayne Manor. The actual level itself is a little different because instead of just breaking everything, you have to build a computer, which puts you in a separate game itself, similar to Mario. You have to jump and smash blocks to get purple studs, and the parkour is a little challenging at times. There's another minigame where you drag a ball around and have to explode all these little propellers. I don't really know why, but it was extremely challenging for me, seeing as how good I was at the boat earlier. We eventually got every stud in the level, and after backtracking, we completed the level. After this, I rushed over to the computer to buy the final items I needed. We bought the final character, lots of data, extra suit upgrades, and finally, the end. We open our menu, and it officially says 100%.